If you've ever built your own deck, you know that calculating the stair stringers is always a big frustration. With this app, that job becomes really easy. Simply click on Tools and Stair Stringers. So you'll notice here we have a little diagram of what our stairs look like. Right now, we're saying from the ground floor to the top is 4 feet, but that does not include the top floor thickness. So if you put a deck of 2x4s, you'll notice that the green line is above the red line. So the red line is at 4 feet based on what we input here, and the green line is at 4 foot 1.5 inches. If you go to view step heights, you'll see that the top tread gets you to 4 foot 1.5 inches. So looking at this input screen, we set the height from ground floor to the top of the deck, and then we add on the top floor thickness above that. So just to illustrate it, if you do a 6-inch deck, which you would never do, I just want to show the separation between the green and the red line. So let's put that back to 1.5 inches. And we'll see the step heights here. The first stair stringer is 10 7/8 inch above the ground, but every consecutive step after that is 1 foot 3/8 inch. Now that's a bit of a big step, so let's just increase the number of steps until we get a friendlier height to our steps. So just over 7 inches is a very comfortable height to go up. So we're using a tread thickness of 1.5 inches, and assuming we're outside, the bottom floor is just the bottom floor. I don't know if we're going to be adding anything above that, but let's say you add a couple inches of gravel to the ground, you can put that in as well, and it'll recalculate. So if you click on View Step Heights, it'll show you exactly where each tread is supposed to be, where each stringer portion is. So you'll notice the ground floor, your stringer is at 0, because there's no stringer there yet, and you have 2 inches of floor. Your first stringer is going to be at 7 5/16 off the ground. When you add your tread, you get to 8 13/16 of an inch. Between step 1 and 2 is going to be this 6 13/16 of an inch. It changed when we added the bottom floor thickness. So if you take that height, that'll be the difference between that and there, and between step 2 and step 3, all the way to the top. So you notice when you get to the very end, your final stair stringer gets you to an elevation of 4 feet, and then you add your tread, which gets you to 4 foot 1.5 inch. There's also a setting for a flush versus not flush finish. So you'll notice how this changes where your stringer ends up. So if you want to have it flush, simply tap flush, and if you want it to have your final stringer be below deck height, then hit not flush, and we can use fewer steps now. If you're on a small phone screen and these settings are cramped, simply go back, click on Settings, and turn on Force Small Screen. When you go back to the tool, this will become a scrollable section so that you can always input those fields.